Chef and Jeremy here on your home for the $1,000 playlist. If you hear your 3 songs, make sure you call or text in. More details at kzoz.com. It's Dumbass of the Day, and it's brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart, where they have the gold standard in landscape gravel. It's called California Gold.
This ain't a show by Huell Hauser. It's also a landscape rock.
Now available at Peterson's U-Cart in various sizes. Also, green, regular, decomposed granite, and 3/4 rock is also 10% off this month.
Come on down there and get you some. What do you got here? You got a little car you can tow behind your car? Tell me a little bit about that as I shove a microphone in your face.
They got the California Gold at Peterson's U-Cart. Gustaway, A-Town online. Peterson, the letter U, cart.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
I wanted to try something. I just want to try something different. I won't go too far. I was like, I'll try this. I went to a party, and my friends were like, you have never tried this ever? Not even in college? I'm like, I was too afraid. My Aunt Jimmy told me people who smoke marijuana are evil people. And I have plenty of friends that smoke. They're not evil. They don't remember shit, but they're not evil people, right? So I wanted to experience this, and I was excited. I thought, I'm going to be a rebel, do something different. I take my first puff, hit, waiting for something amazing to happen. Nothing happens. I'm like, this is boring. Everyone's telling me, relax, it's your first time. I take another one. I'm like, come on, pink elephants, let's do this, come on. Still nothing happens. Now, I'm on a mission. Everybody's celebrating. They're having a good time. I'm not enjoying this, so I just take another one after another one after another one. All of a sudden, I'm standing up at the party. I'm like, hey, I don't think this marijuana is working. I think I'm too old now for pot. My life is different. I don't even have health insurance as a full-time comic. I had a day job. I had health insurance then, and I would go to a doctor. I would pay a copay. Sometimes it was $20. Maybe it was $10, depending upon what I was going to the doctor for. I went to the dentist one time. There wasn't a copay. I don't know why that happened. In Canada, they have free health insurance over there. I don't know why this country won't get off their ass and give us free health insurance. That's the biggest problem in this country. Everybody needs to go to the doctor every now and again. I notice I'm talking a lot. My brain is going, shut the up, but I don't know how to do that.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Some people, it affects some people differently.
It's my telltale sign, man. I'll just start talking, and then all of a sudden I'll catch myself like, oh, wow, it's kicked in. Because when I do partake, I like to do the edible one. So you never know, because it's not instant like if you're smoking it. It's got to digest and go through your system and all that kind of stuff. That just might have happened recently.
You talk a lot, huh?
On a camp trip. Well, this times you have no idea.
Really? Me, it's the opposite.
Well, it all depends on if it's sativa or indica, right? Because sativa will amp you up and indica will calm you down.
Yeah.
I just usually stay away from the calm stuff until it's time to go to bed. Revolting.
So you start the evening with some sativa and then you end the day with some indica?
Yes. Okay. And see, the problem is I'm already there when the indica kicks in, so I don't know what happens. I just go to bed. There's a new way people are getting high. It's called high meats. Apparently what people do is they get meat that has been rotten or gone bad, that's been untreated for days, if not weeks or months. They say when you eat it, you get like this narcotic-like euphoria. Because of the microbes and the bacteria, there's something in the chemical process there that as you eat it, you know what microbes are, right? Those are bugs, folks. Those are little bugs.
Well, hold on. Aren't people getting wildly sick by eating?
That's the thing. You would
meat?
think so, right? But I mean, according to what I'm reading here, none of these people got that. It's sick. You could though, depending on your body and how your body,
Don't do this. Whatever you do.
I wouldn't do this. It's disgusting.
If you're chasing a high, don't do this.
But is it legal? I don't know.
It's not illegal
eat
to
rotten
tell
meat.
People what to eat, right?
Apparently, if you eat rotten meat, especially the more rotten it gets, the higher you get. It's a euphoric type feeling is what people react. And euphoric is what? Good. It's a happy. It's a feels good.
Heroin addicts describe their high on heroin as being euphoric. That's why it's so addictive. So you're telling me the new heroin is rotten meat?
It's legal and it's a lot cheaper. A friend convinced me to eat raw, rotten meat yesterday, and I actually felt great. Somebody wrote in.
What kind of friends do you keep that are convincing you of this?
Very interesting, since everyone would think it's crazy. The science behind the euphoric sensation remains unclear, although Singapore-based dietitians have chalked it up to the smorgasbord of microbes residing in the meat. Some of those bacteria might have chemical properties that are going to give you this euphoric high or hallucination or feelings of euphoria.
So people are getting food poisoning to chase the high, essentially.
That's gross. I've had food poisoning before. It never ends well.
Did you ever have hallucinations?
It never ends coming out of either end either. What's that?
You ever have hallucinations?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. There was some alcohol involved that night. A late stop at McDonald's with some shredded lettuce that they put on some bad lettuce, and I paid for it all that night.
Shredded lettuce on bad lettuce? You got a lettuce sandwich at McDonald's?
I asked for the double with shredded lettuce and Big Mac sauce. That's
so
how you make a cheap
the poor man's
Big Mac. And they put spinach leaves on there. You were with me. We did this in Vegas. We ate it. We ate it in the room, and I was sick all night. You were sleeping. I was throwing up. It was bad.
It was bad because I had the bed
airport
closest to the bathroom. That's why it was bad. I remember hearing you going, God, just pretend like you just go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Congratulations, anybody who eats rotten meat. Almost said music.
To chase that high, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah, you are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff, Jeremy, we got Whitney on. That we're getting ready for a farmer's market, believe it or not. That is happening. I mean, you tune in. There's a live concert next week at Barrel House Brew. I think at Led Zeppelin, the Led Zeppelin cover band. Tribute band.
What are people texting to win those tickets?
Just
Zep?
ZEP, Zep.
Right, we're making it easy for
which
the
is
rollout
really
of live music,
tricky
right?
because Zeppelin is spelled with two P's, but Led Zeppelin is spelled with one. So is it Zep with two P's or one? Both work. Is
it the cleaning product, or is it a reference to the popular?
Yeah, how is it? Have you used that? Has anybody used that cleaning product, Zep?
Yeah, they make good tile stuff.
Oh, it's tile cleaner.
Tile cleaner,
grout cleaner is what it is.
Grout
right?
cleaner, but they also make tile supplies.
Is
so,
it
like if you need like a grout scraper knife,
is it a degreaser? Like what else would it be really good for?
They have a whole line of
besides
stuff.
Just cleaning grout.
Whole line of stuff, everything. And it's not just the cleaner. My carpet cleaners, Zep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so.
How you doing, Wet?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
We're doing great. We enjoyed having Nisha on. We should do that every once in a while. We should have her on. I mean, you're good and all, but she just brings a little different attitude to the program.
Heck yeah. I think you should have her on all the time.
And she has a cute dog too.
And she has a really cute dog, and we're both parents. And so I enjoyed talking to her about that, since Jeff always poo-poos my being a parent.
Oh, yes, she will talk about Levi, her pup. He is adorable.
So,
what did you end up doing for Cinco de Mayo, Whitney?
What did I do? I planned a farmer's market. That's what I did.
Oh, yeah, because this is crunch.
Days mean nothing to me right now except for May 6th, today.
Is this harder than
time,
normal?
huh?
Is this like really difficult than when you first got the job and you first had to take it over, or has this been a piece of cake because it's, scaled back?
No, I don't think it's a piece of cake. I think a scaled back version is almost more difficult because everything that you have planned out doesn't apply anymore. So the vendors have different rules they have to follow. They have to wear masks. I have to make sure they have masks. I have to make sure sampling's not happening. Because the streets are shorter and we're only doing it between Choro and Oso Street, some of our vendors have had to adjust locations, so I have to make sure there's space for that. And then the whole communication piece around it, we know that every week has a different audience of people coming to visit, and we know that people don't come to the market every week, so just making sure that communication channel is very clear and getting out there, and it does present its challenges for sure, and I think that's why a lot of people have just decided not to do events and do things until they can do the full-scale thing. But
tonight, do you expect any pushback from the enabled bicycle community of San Luis Obispo that has had their way with Higuera over the last year? I mean, they have had
because of the first Thursday night bike club. Is that still happening?
No, I'm not talking about bike happening. I'm talking about the people that are used to just being able to drive wherever they want down Higuera, and they put in a new lane for them. Oh, yeah. Is anybody going to go about their regular business and slam into a vendor's booth? Is that have there been precautions taken for that?
We will have barricades in place to close off the roads, so they would have to like hop a curb and bike over the sidewalk. But I think our bike community is pretty supportive of the market. We have the free bike valet program where you can park your bike and someone from the Bike Slow County nonprofit will watch it for you while you're downtown. So a lot of the people that ride their bikes on Thursday nights stop and experience the market because there's a place they can safely keep their bikes.
So nobody is going to be arguing with you, like, at the, I guess what would end up being the east end of the market, and they're like, hey, what's going on here? I usually take this route. No?
I don't think so. If they have any questions, happy to direct them to another open street just around the corner.
You mean I have to go another block?
Oh, my God.
I know, the worst.
There's something called Sasquatch sourdough going to be at the market?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? Let's take a break. We're going to come back, and I'm seeing a lot of good stuff. If you like tamales, the best tamale I've ever had is going to be there as well. Plus all the different farmers. It's a little bit different layout. It's a little bit shorter than the normal run, and it's going to be operating a little bit different. We'll get into all those details with Whitney from Downtown Slow next.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy here. We got Whitney on. We're talking about Farmers Market. It's tonight. Yes, the Farmers Market downtown San Luis Obispo is tonight. It is going to be a little bit different. Really, all farmers, which is, we're going old school, right? But there are also some shops. I see there's some food. Garcia's Tamales is coming down from A-Town. And have they been in the market before?
Yeah, they've been in the market, and that's a really good example of how the market's going to be different. So they are usually further down on Higuera Street, and they're usually selling tamales for consumption on site. They will not be selling stuff that you can eat at the market. They will be selling tamales that you take home to prepare for meals at home. So there's no eating or drinking at the market.
So they're not going to be cooked, and I just heat them up?
Correct.
They're going to be raw tamales?
No. They'll be like pre-cooked, but they're going to be sealed up, and you're going to take them home and prepare them. There won't be
What happens if I just have to get a bite and I just open it up? Are you going to come kick my butt?
You are welcome to do that outside of the market boundaries. But my health permit that has been approved by County Health to allow me to have this beautiful farmers market presented to you, it says no eating or drinking.
So if I get selfish and decide I want to take a bite of a tamale, it could end up screwing up everybody's time, and they may cancel the farmers market.
Correct.
Okay.
You don't want to be that guy.
Other people do it. But I mean, this is great news for people of San Luis Obispo, because oftentimes you get those tamales. I mean, the people of Atascadero are very fortunate where they get the tamales, they're hot and fresh, and then they are able to take them home and still be hot and fresh. But, if you're going from San Luis Obispo to go get the tamales, and then you got to drive up there, then you got to pick up the tamales, and you got to drive back, they could be a little cold by the time you get home.
Right.
So this is a good opportunity for those folks.
That's what we're having for dinner tomorrow night, brother. I'm going to go get me some Garcias.
You could totally take it. There will be tables and chairs in Mission Plaza. So if you do want to eat them, there are places for you to do it. It's just not at the market.
Can I bring a cooler?
I mean, I'm not going to tell you one way or the other, but that's on you.
Tell me about Sasquatch sourdough.
They are new to our market. Jeremy Davenport is the owner and operator. He has helped out with Sugarlip Donuts before. When they were a vendor at our market, but he will be there on Morrow Street offering things like jalapeno cheese bread, baguettes, fresh baked sourdough, and cookies. I think he does a Atascadero Farmers Market. He does a few other ones. He's based out of Los Osos. Yeah. Really excited to have him there. But yeah.
Does he have any casts? Does he have any Sasquatch casts? Or like sourdough loaves that look like Sasquatch feet?
I don't know. I feel like he has some sort of like flower logo that he makes, or like a burn logo that he makes that looks like a Sasquatch. I could be wrong.
Jeff,
find out.
Why are you ignoring me? I'm trying to look at Jeff right now. He's looking at his phone. Why are you ignoring us? You're not into Sasquatch bread?
Well, no, actually, I find it fascinating that I feel like, and I think a lot of this is attributed to what San Luis sourdough used to, was when it started out. Is all the great sourdough bakers in the area. Like every bakery you go to, the sourdough, I don't know, is it something in the water? This is the best and I love sourdough bread. This is the best sourdough bread I've ever eaten is right here in this region. So I'm excited to try it, to be honest with you.
There you go. It'll be there every Thursday.
All right. I'm putting up a map on our Facebook page, but you can also go to downtownslow.com and you can find the map there for Farmers Market tonight. If you just want to kind of get an idea of what you're walking into, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a good showing. All of the local favorite farmers will be there. We have close to 30 of them. And then, like Sasquatch Sourdough, Garcia Tamales, Whalebird Kombucha will be selling canned kombucha to go. It's going to be a great showing, a great start for our market. I hope everyone comes out and supports our farmers week after week. And then as soon as we are given the approval from County Health, we will expand.
How many farmers are you going to have there tonight?
I think last I counted, it's on our map. I think you said you're going to post it.
I actually counted
we
it. have
33 vendors right now.
Okay. I know, but she should know. She's in charge.
Very good. I counted it. I wanted to know. I was curious when I was looking at the map.
33, did I get that right?
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah.
If you were to buy mom something for Mother's Day from the farmers market, two tiered on this. Okay, from downtown businesses and from farmers market. Let's start with farmers market.
Cool. If I was going through farmers, are you ready for my answer?
Yeah, 33 vendors to choose from.
You could do a total, I'm going to do a little gift basket thing. Pick up local honey from California Bee Co. If you're like my mom and you have, or if she's like your mom and has an allergy problem, local honey is the best. Pick up some honey, pick up some flowers from Farmer Made Flowers. They are a new vendor at our market and they'll have arrangements already made. So there's an easy one. Get some cheese from Vintage Cheese Company so that mom can enjoy that on maybe like a picnic over the weekend. The weather should be lovely. Some handmade soap from 3 Old Girls Soap Company. They make this beautiful soap. And some fresh baguettes from Sasquatch for that picnic that I just talked about. And boom, mom loves you forever.
All right, there you go.
What about downtown businesses?
Sheila Kearns has a beautiful chocolate charcuterie board just for mom, which is phenomenal. Go pick that up. You can get some, if mom is doing, I know houseplants are kind of the rage right now. Blackwater has tons of houseplants and other similar things. What other fun things? Or just like a good old gift card to one of the restaurants. Giuseppe's, Finney's, Mint and Craft, Luna Red. I don't know. There's just so many options.
Yeah, the restaurant game has definitely stepped up downtown slow, and I like that. So,
yeah,
all right, man. Well, I'm excited to check it out. And are you? I mean, is there like the first 150 people, or I mean, do you have to cap it, or what's the deal?
Good question. The way we're doing it, we've gone through so many plans with this thing, and at the heart of this market and why people really enjoy it is it's within the main street of Higuera. And the idea of just roaming around in a street that is otherwise occupied by cars, there's just a novelty about that. So we don't have a capacity in place, but we do have staff throughout the entire market to evaluate it. And if at any point it's becoming too busy, people aren't able to safely navigate around each other within that social distancing parameters, we will ask our vendors to stop selling so that people can kind of dissipate. If it gets to be too much, there is that potential where we are forced to close the market early. But we hope it doesn't come to that because there's so much other stuff going on downtown with restaurants, the Mayflower Initiative, just tons of things to see and do that hopefully there's enough time for everyone to get to the market while also respecting not overcrowding.
5:30 tonight downtown on Higuera, right?
Starts at 6. So 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, 6
and it's on Higuera between Osos and Choro Street.
Get your park on early. Get down there and park at 5:30 and then wait.
That's right.
All right. Downtownslow.com. Good to talk to you. We'll talk to you next week.
Me too.
I might see you tonight when I'm getting my tamales.
Love it. We'll see you there.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.